I'm
Oh
not.
gosh, please.
Why would I? I don't.
She does the thing where she does the thing where she's like,
Yeah.
"Yes, darling. What can I do for you?"
Are you
I'm-
the great Madame?
Yes, I am the Earshot, Madame Earshot. I read palms, tarots, fortunes.
I think Trash was just gonna put his palm up to like the eye slate there and be like, "What does this say? What's going? Does it say something?"
As you can see, my friend's pretty excited.
You have to come inside. It's 5 new yen for a reading.
I'll go ahead and ping her 20. We can all go.
Okay. He comes in, you know.
I'm assuming I don't hear any of this, so I'm just going to follow the lead of everybody.
No, you only saw that she opened like a little window, which you like, you know, like.
Yeah.
I can barely read those lips. Alrighty.
Yeah. So you all come into the apartment, which is pretty small, like pretty tight. And this is her reading table, and you know.
It's real
Like-
roomy, actually.
Wait, where'd you find this map? It's pretty cool.
This one is a gift from the
Nice.
interwebs.
Nice.
Reddit is very useful in someone. If you
Just
can
noticed
look out
the
on
field chalk
Reddit. Yeah.
drawing at the north of the map. That's cute.
And she's like, "Is anybody one at a time, darlings, one at a time? Who's
Hey,
gonna
why
be
don't you
first?"
go? Here you go, Trash Boat. You sit down first. I'll just put my hand on your shoulder, set you down in the chair.
Yeah, this looks like fun. I mean,
She has like
sure,
a crystal
That's
ball, right? And she looks like she's an elf poser, right?
Mhm.
Because she is like an older human lady that has her ears made up, right? And she probably had a surgery back in the day to make her like I don't want to go too much into details, but to chisel her jaw and everything so it's more pointed, right? To look more like an elf, right? But age hasn't caught up with her, so now she has like, you know, she has a thing where, you know, the skin kind of hangs or of her arms, and she's skinny, but it's kind of like, the way I would describe her, I don't want to be too cruel, is like she used to be someone who was
he
more
didn't age
full,
well. He
more
didn't age
full
well.
in her younger years, but now sort of she's gotten more scrawny
She-
and she's gotten older,
She has
but her
shriveled a little
skin,
bit.
yeah, it's shriveled, but her skin hasn't kept up with it, right? What the parts that she kind of covers her a bit, like she has like dangles and like plastic things and all that. So she has like these bracelets, and when she talks, they kind of move. And it's like they have this, you know, crystal ball, which probably is made out of white resin that sort of resonates. So yeah, she starts like sets you down and grabs her hand. Trash Bow's like, "Ah yes, darling, let's begin your reading." And I see, and she starts talking mumbo jumbo. I mean, are you gonna pay attention to what she has to say, or are you just gonna?
I think he's definitely like in the moment. He probably doesn't even remember there's a mission right now. But I think every time she like moves-
it says like she says, and you try to move your hand and she doesn't let go. Even though you're much taller and probably stronger than she is, it's like, I see in your future a handsome gentleman caller who will give you a special gift and take you out of your current situation. Perhaps someone who knew your father back in the day. And she started speculating, and it's almost like she's doing Mad Libs, where
Right.
You probably don't realize this, but everybody else, because she's so transparent. Essentially, she has a script, and every so often she puts like, you know,
a buzzword.
3 categories like lover, gentle color, parents, child, right? But the rest of you notice that it's just she's going through a script, right? She's just going through the motions, right? Anybody who's not really paying attention would think, "Oh no," because eventually she does guess something out of you, like maybe you're not doing so well, or financially, or something. But her hit to miss ratio is like 3-1, right? Like for every 4 things, every time she says 4 things, one of them might be close to your situation. The other 3 are so generic that they have nothing to do with it.
Right.
And then she lets go of your hand. It's like, "No!" And she points at, I whisper, "Taro!" You take some cards. So you're going to let her do the whole spiel, or are you going to interrupt her, or what? You paid for each one of these 5 new yens, so she's going to give you the full service.
I don't mind the service. I actually, I will sign to her specifically, hello, and see if she reacts to that.
Oh, I'm so sorry, darling. I don't. You trying to? And she starts doing motions that have nothing to do with ACL, right? That's like like some people are trying to cast a spell, something like that.
Yeah.
I
apologize. I'm deaf. If you could speak to my face, please.
Oh, I'm so sorry, darling. Of course. Please take a seat. And basically, there's just the edge of the bed there, So she turns the seat around. It's like, what can I do for you?
By chance, do you know about the people that live in this building?
Besides, and when she says that, you hear shouting across, from all the walls, like, "Bing, bing, bing! 2 more deaths. We keep on trucking. We're gonna." And she's like, and you can sense that she's about to break character for a second, but she's. It is so difficult to live in this modern world, my dear child. I really don't talk to much of my neighbors. There's that wonderful lady down the apartment on CB 3C. She's wonderful. She sometimes brings me my groceries in because they're pretty heavy. But otherwise, I keep to myself.
Understandable. Especially with. I take it that there's a lot of noise in this apartment.
Let's say that the ambience is polluted. It's very difficult to shot with the spirits. There's so much stupidity.
I smile, and I say, I'm curious of what you read of me, madam.
I see that she does actual reading.
And while she get prepped for that, I actually look up to both Blank and that bastard, and I actually will say to them, or give them the look like, okay, we need to maybe check this woman that she's talking about.
Yeah, I'll give you
Do you have any cybernetics on you?
I do, in my eyes. And my face, really. Like, the entire face kind of has a suite going on.
Yeah, she does switches like, oh. You worked with people who are sensitive, adepts, mages before. And you've seen this. Like, she actually has the sort of the magical side, the third side, right? And so she actually switches.
Oh.
And it's like, oh, you're... And she starts talking like in a trance. Oh, your face is so dark. Your eyes are hollow and cold. Poor thing. Why do you hide from the world? And she switches back. But when she switches back, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, darling. I couldn't read anything out of you. I'm very, very sorry. You almost notice like when she switched, she was speaking in her voice, but not really.
Yeah.
Like someone else was there temporarily.
Did everybody else? Sure. Did anybody else catch that, or just me?
I think everybody. Yeah. That. And anybody who has experience working with mages knows that that's what it translates momentarily when they actually have to read the room, right? But you never experience someone disassociating like that.
Yeah.
And there could be many reasons for it. You're not a mage, or you have a mage or shaman, so you have no idea if that is something, or a psychologist for that matter. So you don't know what that might be, but yeah.
Then I appreciate the attempt, though. You can keep 5. It's perfectly fine.
Right. And she basically, she does a little bit palm reading. She does the thing to do with you basically going to the astral and seeing your face. She does the tarot. She does a little bit for everybody who's there.
Anything you guys, Blank or that bastard, want to add to it?
Nah, you got the thing we wanted. So Blank just plays along and has some fun. He's done this before. Every time it's a fad up with like some new actor, they come in and say like, "Oh yeah, what's your horoscope? What's your star sign?"
I mean, in this place, people can actually read your aura, so yeah. And
well, sometimes they're the fad ones who still buy into the bullshit ones. So I've gotten pretty used to having fun with the bullshit ones.
She seems to be at least sensitive, but it could be many reasons why she's stuck in this running apartment, not say working on a corporate desk somewhere.
Exactly. But yeah, so I think we had a bit of fun. We paid her, thank her. I think we got someone to go bother now.
As they're like walking out of the room, Trashboat's just like looking at his palms, like, dude, it's like she knew me. Like,
sometimes.
And I'll just like shake your shoulder. It's like, you've told me about your father. You know that's not true.
Sometimes they might know more than they let on. Other times it can be completely bullshit.
oh, I'm telling you guys, she knew what was up.
What matters ultimately is what you believe, Trashboat.
I think that I mean, how can you argue with that?
Right. So I'm ready to knock on the next door.
We're going to the
Door?
woman. It was the woman, she said, 3C?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, and this time it's like little people. It's like, yes, who is it?
Just someone passing through. Can I ask you a couple questions? Neighbor said I should talk to you about it.
She opens and closes the door behind her. She doesn't let you go into the room, so she steps outside.
Right. She steps out into the hallway with us.
And you notice that she's packing.
Yep.
Oh, that like actually something real heavy?
Probably a heavy pistol.
Okay.
But like in the small of the back, right? Because she's pretty young and skinny, so she's it's kind of it's someone who, well, most people know how to use a firearm here, but not someone who is a professional. But the fact that she's packing, like it wouldn't be surprising that people do that here.
Yeah.
Mine isn't immediately obvious, so I just look disarmed in a suit, really, and I just will put on a disposition of I'm not really here to do anything. But now she's out in the hallway, so I'll go. I want to ask you about a friend around here. Maybe you heard him. Lessons. What was the name again? Dawson or Darius?
No.
Darius. Darius. Put that in chat just so Darius. Neighbor down the way over there said that you might have talked with him.
I haven't seen Darius in about a week.
About a week?
Yeah. Last time he said he was gonna hit up his the club where his sister works. Something about getting some New Year or something. That was it. He went out. He's kind of sweet. He's waiting for the fact that he's still in the poster stage. It's like there's a thing where it's like she has a bad taste in her mouth, like
Like pointlessly modified himself. Ah, what a loser.
I mean, it's more of and then you're an orc. A lot of people, I mean, posers were big fat early on, right? And they have many reasons, but that has fallen out of action because it's seen as not being politically correct, right? It's the 2075 version of brown face or black. That's the attitude that a lot of people have. Well, a lot racist, actually. Yeah. Kinda. As in, you're pretending to be something that you're not in order to fit in, and you have no idea of how the culture or the people are there, but you're going because the style, And so, at first, people are like, "Oh yeah, no, you can do whatever you want," but then that, more awareness by groups like Mom, right? Have people were like, no, we are a people, not a costume. Argument.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'll go ahead and look at her and go, are you certain it's been a week?
Give or take. I mean, I just work at this. I just came back from Suffer Check with my second shift, so.
Do you know which?
Feel you on that.
Do you know which apartment he was in? Is it possible we could maybe go inside? Would we talk about that?
All these apartments are backlog. I said the super, but the super doesn't work here. He doesn't live here, so yeah, he probably is the only one who has all the codes.
I mean, I'll put my cards down here on the table for you. Darius has been missing for a month, at least according to some sources.
Really?
Yeah.
Like I said, I saw him like last week, so.
Well, some people are afraid he might be in trouble, so we're trying to make sure he's safe. That's all.
Are you trying to persuade her, right?
I'm trying to persuade her. I'm being open and honest, and I'm just saying, yeah, you know, we are.
Yeah, you get an extra die. You're trying to get an extra die. I give you an extra dice for a persuasion roll. Yeah,
okay,
it's gonna be an opposed roll.
Performance. Yeah, hey, I'm good with that. That is 2 successes.
I also have 2 successes. So, yeah, she says, yeah, people. I'm sorry, but I mean, you seem like a nice guy and all that, but to be honest, I don't know his life. He could be hiding from people, like my ex-girlfriend, for example, hiding from me.
Oh, you're trying to find someone too?
Oh, that's what the gun is for! Oh, sorry.
Or wait, I'm trying to make sure I got the sentence right. She's hiding from the ex, or she's trying to find the ex?
Hiding.
Hiding. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the gun just makes sense.
I can say at least his sister is worried about him. And she's the one that actually asked us to maybe look into this.
I guess, like I said, I haven't seen him in a week. I could, if he comes around, I could tell me looking for him. Yeah, have a link, maybe.
I could. I'll offer my contact link if you like.
There you go.
And your name, miss?
Just call me Lisa.
Fair enough, Lisa.
That's like not her name, but you know, it's like the way she says it, like she was actually like doing the
Just
Rolodex
pick a name.
Yeah, pick a name from Rolodex. Like, yeah, Lisa. Yeah.
You can call me. Fuck.
She's not gonna call you
fuck.
Is this where I give my Shadowrun name or the other name?
This is where you use your runner name because you're trying to be anonymous.
Alrighty. If need be, you can call me Whisper.
Okay. Sure. Now, can I go back?
Oh, of course. Thank you so much for your help. It was appreciated.
She kind of sneaks by you, opens the door, like she has a code. She does the thing where she doesn't open the door completely. She kind of slits it as little as they open it as possible, and then shuts it down. Shuts it back behind.
Okay.
I actually, once she goes inside, once I see the door is shut, I kind of motion for Blank to come
I heard
close.
magnets. So, these locks should be devices with a device score, and I can break them. I can probably see them if I just stand here for a second, so they're probably not all that hidden, honestly.
Yeah,
they
no,
probably
I mean,
serve as the door knocker, too.
The issue is we don't know which one's his opponent.
Do I care?
No, she pointed out
Oh, she did? Okay.
Oh, she did, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so
What she tell
I
you
was just
that she
gonna
doesn't
open up
have
the
the
other
key.
3 play coins.
She doesn't have the key, and the super would have the code to open the magnet.
Okay.
The doors are heavy duty though. These doors are, like they're metal doors, right? This is one thing that it's easier to break through a wall than break through that door.
Okay. But the lock should be pretty easy. I'm honestly just gonna go ahead and brute force it immediately. There's not gonna be like an ice response off of the door lock, honestly. So.
You don't know that.
I would like to reiterate that when we were planning this, I mentioned that I have a decent lock picking. If you wanted to try that before you break things.
Well, I mean, I would just get marked on it and then
applies
tell it
to
to open.
Alright, there you go. That's something then.
Yeah. Yeah, if it wasn't electronic, like if these were so poor that they had like a basic lock, then that would be where we pull you in.
Okay, I think
And
when
you,
you
like,
said
unscrew
brute
the
force, I
hinges.
actually imagined like breaking the door in. Is that what you were like literally saying, or like using your techie stuff? Because I misunderstood.
I was just doing some hacking.
Okay, yeah, I
ordinary
definitely
hacking.
misunderstood then.
Yeah, because you can do it on the fly. You can do brute. There.
Yep.
That's a turn.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
Gotcha.
close my eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and just do a couple checks to get enough marks, or we could just do one, and because it's a simple.
Yes, it's simple.
All right. It is versus Will and Firewall.
Mhm.
I have 3 successes versus
Yeah, it's gonna be
3. There you go.
Yeah,
Nothing.
you beat him.
It technically rolls double its device here.
Yeah, it should have been 2 then.
Okay. Well, even with the extra dice, I will just go ahead and it starts smoking a little bit as I'm just like closing my eyes, standing there in the hallway, like swaying a little bit. And when I open them again, I just like say quietly "open," and it just
That accurate voice.
there we go.
Yes, this one-
just
this
don't
one
close
right
it again.
I think Shadowrun's the first one to push on through. Then he's like, "Oh shit, this is exciting."
Well, you have the I guess searching skill, right? Or
Well, I had perception.
as I think you have like the best out of all of us because mine is good, but I think you might have better. She said.
I have an 8 dice pool.
That is pretty good. Mine
Mine is also 8. So
mine is 7. So you guys go in there and have a look around. Me and Bastard, let's just watch the door in case somebody. If you find anything in there interesting for me to do, just give me a shout.
Yeah, your threshold should be 1, so at least 2 successes to find it.
I got 4.
Mostly because because the place is just a mess.
does the specialization of searching apply at all?
Yes, that should
Absolutely.
already be in your calculation. Yeah, that's
Is it?
always
All right, I have 2 and he has 4, so we're
1.
good.
Yeah, trash boy was the one to find it first. You find under the bed over here, like the bed it has no frame. It's just a mattress on the floor, and it's pretty messed up. Like nobody has been sleeping in this bed for a while. You find a data disk, kind of worn, right? And the cartridge seems to be like it's scratches, like it's been injected into the machine, a reader for multiple times, probably a public reader, and so yeah, that's the thing that you see there.
Ooh, blank! I found one of those thingies you like. And he's gonna like rush over and like put it in his hands, like.
Yeah, I'll come into the hallway and check it out, and I'll just be like, what's the harm? I'll put it into my cobbling. And then just start scrolling through it, see what's on.
Well, you find it's a long list of locations, geolocations around the city, and names, and it goes back about 3 years, maybe 4. But I said when you pull back, if you try to do it, you have to go to the matrix or access a map of the city in order to see where these geolocations fit in.
Oh,
but
yeah.
they just seem random. But the numbers just seem random, right? Go ahead. Like the names and the numbers just seem random. So you would have to do a little bit more searching. But there's dozens of these names, hundreds perhaps. It's a very long list.
So would you call it like a matrix search, I guess, to use this information and figure it out? Okay, so let's go ahead and pull it. Threshold?
Because of the sheer volume of names to reference, it'll take you a while, so I would do threshold 2.
Okay, so we could go ahead and do 2. That'll be between 1 minute and 30 minutes, basically. So let me go ahead, back to my matrix stuff. I'll go ahead and close my eyes for a bit. I will
also trust, because the service here, the Wi-Fi is pretty bad.
Oh yeah, I can bash through the grid here and go to a better. So I just don't even... But noise rating would be a penalty.
Yeah, that there's pretty noisy. Right.
Okay, how much noise?
I would add another 1 as well.
Okay, so 1, and I'll go ahead and bash over to another grid. I'll go ahead and route it just so that I have a good internet service provider, and then still have to deal with this. Alright, so let's do it. Searching. Organization apply. None. No extra modifiers, just the noise. There we go, 2 successes. I got the threshold.
Yeah. No, when threshold means you have to get over the successes.
Well, for like a basic search, the threshold is 1. That's the lowest you go.
Yeah.
For general purpose or knowledge. So if you hit 1, I'm done doing the test. I don't have to roll it.
Okay.
If I didn't make it for this, I could roll again and spend like another 15 minutes.
Yeah, you should roll again.
Okay.
It's just between the noise and the sheer amount of data that this has, the random incidents is like trying to correlate the data. It's a problem. Yeah.
Alright, another 4.
Once you start getting like, oh, this is what I would. You get an image of, the map. Let's go back to this, right? the LA map second. And you see a lot of dots in the like dozens, hundreds of dots. These correlate to names, locations, and dates. And in fact, the dates are not exact. They are kind of in brackets, like maybe some brackets are in a couple of days, some in a couple of weeks, and some of them are a couple of months. And you know that these also data points, they have tracker because all data is like, like a internet address. Some of these come from Knight Errant, some of these come from different places, right? But they don't have an extra. The ones that do have a Knight Errant codifier have an extra codifier, which is meta, and that meta type is usually either orc or troll.
Of course, if it's coming from Knight Errant, of course it is.
Yeah, but the other ones don't have. The other ones seem to come from other sources that they can compile and don't have that extra, string of data.
Okay.
But
so
all the ones that are all the ones that are orc and troll, all the ones that have the Knight Errant metadata.
So he's meeting with people, maybe people who've been arrested, or people of interest, so that's interesting so far. What about the most recent?
There's about 24 in the last month alone.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Too many for somebody to meet one-on-one, if it's just meeting.
Yeah. So he hasn't been seen in this apartment for about a week. Is that when they end? Or are there ones that go into this week and beyond?
No, not the last one. The last entry is about 2 weeks old, so that was the last.
Okay. So this would be the hottest location of wherever you went to. Maybe.
And they're all over the city. In fact, what you see in the map is they're clusters, and all of them are in poor areas of the city, right? Working class and poor class.
Hey, hot question. Any of them happen to be in my neighborhood? Because that's exactly the kind of neighborhood I'm in.
Quite a bit of them. We'll say 2, 3, or 4 dozen of them, easily, across the year.
So it doesn't have specifically names on it, but it would have, like, locations and meta type. If those correlate to, like, an apartment or something, maybe I just randomly know a couple of these, and the story behind them.
Do any intelligence. Logic.
I think there's a memory check, actually. That'd be perfect. To do Judge Attention's memory. 3 successes.
Yeah, you know a couple of those people over the years. People who either have died, like suddenly. I mean, classified as dying as heart attacks, overdoses, or people who would simply have vanished. Like one of those locations is an alley down the street from where you live. And there used to be like a sweet old orc lady that used to have a cart there, right? Like one of those chopping carts, and she would pick cans and stuff like that. Cart. And one day she was gone. About 2 years ago, she was gone. And everybody suspected, she just moved on somewhere else. But
she disappeared. Nobody knows. Didn't say anything. Could probably be dead. Especially considering most of the rest of these. I'll go ahead and just look over at Whisper and go, I think we got a serial killer.
What?
I know some of these people. They don't got the names. But I remember a couple of them.
Wait. Is he the serial killer?
Yeah, I think so. Or maybe he's looking into it.
Oh, shit.
But he hasn't been here for 1 week. Last thing he looked into was 2 weeks ago. The girl also said he was into some kind of club. Didn't say.
We should look into it then, maybe after the shoot tomorrow.
She mentioned that he was going to visit the club with her sister just to play.
What club was that?
She didn't even give a name. Like, that's what he told her.
That would be like a show business question. Do you have like a showbiz knowledge skill, Whisper?
A what?
Like a showbiz knowledge skill?
No.
Or anything similar? No? Man, you're a terrible agent.
I am a terrible agent. That's why you work for me.
Tell you what, I think we could probably go ahead and poke Peya about this and say, hey, apparently, what was his name again? I just gotta scroll again. Darius was last seen going to this club to see his sister. Could you head there tonight and maybe ask around for him?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Want me to where now?
So we've been looking into Darius. We've last heard that he was going to go ahead and go to a club of his sisters and ask for some money, and that was about a week ago. So if you could go there, look around, ask some questions, that would be good, because I think that you're connected enough to know which clubs these might be.
As a point of fact, what skill are we looking at here?
Any relevant knowledge skill? Etiquette?
Knowledge or etiquette entertainment.
I don't have any
nightclubs.
etiquette.
Or knowledge nightclubs.
You don't have etiquette?
I don't have
really?
knowledge of nightclubs either. No, I rely on my actual good agent to take care of things for me.
Oh, you could ask your agent then.
Good.
Oh, I do have area knowledge LA, but it's street knowledge.
Same.
All
I mean,
my
you could-
knowledge is on language. Good to talk.
LA street knowledge. Yeah, that will give you a long list of clubs, and it wouldn't narrow it down to which one would be hers.
That might be more of a... yeah. Let's see, what else do I got here? I'm not sure I got enough for it. Like, if it was a street gang, I would know more, but this isn't... It's not my wheelhouse here for that one. Anyone know which club that could be? I could do a matrix search for clubs and have the internet answer for me.
I could.
Yeah.
I don't have anything with clubs. I'm sorry.
Alright. Matrix search, clubs for this particular DJ. Let's do it. So, matrix search.
Does what's his face? Does
Jai, your English, if it's your first language, you don't have a penalty on that. You're not
Right, but
know.
that's how it put it in automatically. I
Yeah.
imagine that.
The value is just so funny to me. So specific. 2,147.
It overflows. It's good.
Yeah.
English good.
very
Let's
good?
see. Yeah, for successes. Yeah, you know that her last booking was because they got announced on the internet. You literally walk into the part of the Matrix where all the clubs are there, etc. And it's big sign that says Liquid Metal. DJ Q playing at Liquid Metal. It gives you the times and all that. So she's gonna be there for the rest of the month. Yeah.
What a name!
Working the Saturday shot, Saturday night, which is the hottest night.
Right. And that's not Maria, it's Marius, isn't it?
No, Maria Quimby.
Maria is the one. Okay.
Yeah.
We're wandering
That's why
back
she.
to the source.
That's why she goes for DJ Q.
Okay. Actually, we already got the information from her. She said, like, last month, right?
Who
Or is
are we
that-
talking about?
No, you
Maria
said
or-
last month. She said last week.
No, Maria said that she hasn't seen it in a month.
Yeah.
But
Lisa saw him a week ago.
Lisa saw him over. Yes.
Yeah.
So Lisa saw him a week ago. Maria hasn't seen him in a month. He said he was going to try and track down his sister. We can attempt to swing by that club later, or we can check the last location of the last name that was listed on that disc you found. Either or maybe like an avenue. But we probably should get Paella on one of those. Well,
Yeah.
we didn't split it up, but we should probably do that after the shoot tomorrow.
Right, I think so too. So,
Because there might be a chance where we will see him there tomorrow.
yeah, there's a distinct possibility. So,
Mhm.
Paella, we want to assign you to the club to go talk with people, have fun, mingle, and we're going to do a photo shoot.
Okay then. So, what do we do first? Are you going by? Are you going to go tonight, or are you going to wait after? Do you have any info correlating info from the photo shoot?
I mean, I guess any info would be helpful because I still don't know what the context of what I'm doing would be.
Yeah, it's rough context right now. I understand.
Okay. So the next morning comes in. It's early. You have an early call Wednesday, about 4 o'clock in the morning to do makeup, and they're gonna make sure that they age you down, right? I mean, AR, VR can also do special effects so you look a little bit younger, but they prefer makeup, right?
Right.
And they have wardrobe, so you look like whatever the kids are wearing these days, right? A lot of, pop collars and all that, and neon.
It's okay. I didn't sleep last
polo
night
shorts,
anyway.
yeah, polo shorts and jeans and whatever, and sneakers. What was it? What was the watch that's
Casio.
the Swatch? No, Swatch. Late 80s when it was like what's it? Colors of Benetton, and there was the Swatch watches. Yeah, they give you a Swatch watch, which is a one with white. It's white instead of Casio. It's like white with a clock face. And they give you another band which is the colors of Benetton instead of Benetton. And so you go in and you're doing the shoot, and again, it's these. The PSA is these little vignettes in which somebody says something that they shouldn't say, something racist or offensive, and you're like, oh, you shouldn't say that, and you have one with somebody playing a teacher and consoling you, and then someone saying something else, right? And you standing up to them. It's like, oh, we stand, and some other actors, which are most of them are your own age, by the way. Then none of these are teenagers.
Yeah, of course, none of them are.
Right. So it's like each one of them is like 5 minutes long. It takes you about half an hour to shoot each one of them. If you forget.
Yeah, like literally, all right, read your script for 5 minutes and then immediately do it in 5 minutes.
Yeah, so it takes most of the morning. They have good catering, by the way. Still soy based, but
it's good soy.
Yeah, they do good job with flavor. And at the end of it, she shows up. By she I mean
Tatiana.
Katiana. It's like she's not wearing, of course, her dress. At night it's more like she's wearing more like a business suit with those with the extra large shoulder pads, right? And she's like, "Good job! I knew you could do it." I mean, we have another set of PSAs. We know that we're gonna count on you. Soon enough, you're gonna be the face of Mom.
Yeah. I mean, it's really great to be here doing something good for the community.
And by the way, they do deposit in your account an extra $500 a year for this.
Hell yeah!
So yeah.
Yay!
You think that you can do this once a month? You get an extra a good bonus paycheck. It's not a good paycheck because they're very quick, but yeah.
Oh, maybe. I mean, I've only been here for about a morning, and I don't feel like I really know anyone around here yet. But I mean, this is like your thing, right? These are your people.
Yeah.
Maybe show me around some.
And she shows you around the rest of the crew. And again, most of the crew here are orcs, trolls. There's some humans as well, right? They're all metahumans, but mostly are orcs and trolls, right?
Yeah.
The cameraman, in fact, most of the humans, like normal, non-metahuman types. Well, not normal, non-metahuman, non-modified. They're actors. Everybody behind the camera is either an orc or a troll.
Is Trash Boat, are you human or no?
Oh yeah, he's like pure human.
Alright.
Okay, you hang out in the neighborhood, this is pretty normal for you at this point.
Yeah, pretty
well,
much.
I guess what I'm asking, are me and Trash Boat the only humans actually in this place at the moment?
Aside from the actors, yeah.
Okay.
This is clearly the intent is that, to promote not only in front of the camera, but behind the camera, minority employment, right?
Of course.
So,
Crash Boat's Hispanic, does that count for anything?
In the 2075s, not so much.
No.
Alright, just checking. Checking where we are.
I mean, unless you're identify yourself as Asian, but that has a whole baggage with it, yeah. Or Japanese or something like that, but yeah. LA is, when it comes to the older ethnicities.
Okay, gotcha. The fact that some people are just a little bit metahuman is a little bit more prominent than skin color now. Got it.
Yeah. The cross section, the cross section is interesting because, for example, if you talk about the just talk about this group right here, the Pueblo Corporate Council, identifying yourself as native, right, as part of the Pueblo people, it tends to be more important than whether or not you're a troll or an orc or whatever. Although even then, there are problems where people could get jumped into the lower level society.
Yeah, it really depends on time and place.
Time and place, right? As it was described in if you go to South Africa, when the one novel that is set in South Africa, yeah, they pretty much tend to ignore the orc control and still are in the black and white. That was a novel that was written in 1992, so you take that with you. But on the other hand, some very strong ethnicities like Japanese. The Japanese, for example, are so nationalistic in this sense that they literally have banned everyone, except for a few elves that get to be in Japan itself, to what's called Oni Island. Orcs, all the trolls, many elves, and others into
That's where my family's from. There's a dwarven king there.
Yeah, there's dwarves and everything, and they're literally like, no, you go to this island, right?
That sounds like the Japanese, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So in this case, when you're talking about the Japanese, at least Japan, ethnicity and nationality coinciding, like to be Japanese is to primarily be human, right? So it's this is the product of the 1980s, and they have done a lot of changes over the years. So
Welcome to Cyberpunk.
Yeah, take it with everything with a grain of salt. Not free of criticism, by the way. Just take it as it and go. So yeah, does that answer the question?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so making friends.
Yeah, and they show you around, and people shake your hands, and you get the feeling that this is like you're being welcomed to a family. Like, oh yeah, we're happy that we have a new spokesperson, blah blah, this and that. Are you gonna try to get some information out of these people? Simply just gonna pump them for information, or are you simply gonna just get to know everybody and see what you can see?
I think I'm gonna be a little subtle at this point in time, and right now I will just try to say, like, yeah, maybe I'm interested, you seem nice, hey, let's exchange numbers, etc.
And everybody's very excited to have you there. It's like, oh, you're like the new member of the family. Yeah. I mean, have you ever been into a political rally?
Right, everyone here is like, you're on our side, right?
Yeah, you are a member of the team. That kind of, you get that feeling of like, the sort of everybody's on the same wavelength, or supposed to be.
Right, and after the third person, I learned to maybe stop asking about X or Y, because they will go ahead and spend the next hour talking.
Yeah, they have a spiel, yeah.
It's like, yeah, I recycle too. Alright, so we're having a good time, we're doing the photo shoot, I've been introduced, and I guess later in the day, like probably even after the shoot, I'll spend some more time hanging out, and maybe I'll try to ask some more pointed questions about Dari and see if I can.
As you're doing this final tour, somebody comes into the area, because this is basically another place that's an abandoned school.
Yeah.
Right, because basically LA has given up on the schools, right?
Yeah.
There's not enough money for it. And so most of if you want to go to school, you have to go into the Pueblo Council lands to go to school, and you have to be bused out. They have a sort of a public school system there, or you go to some kind of tutor or private.
Yeah.
The greater LA area school system completely collapsed decades ago, even before the flood. The flooding was just the last thing.
UCAS citizen living in the free state of California, busting out to the Pueblo Corporate Council to do school. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
And also, again, not surprising.
Yeah. Oh, isn't the future great?
You were saying, Crash Mode?
Oh, I don't know. I was just probably going to crack a shitty joke. I already lost it, don't worry.
Wait, but they did dress up this abandoned school like the set from Saved by the Bell, right? It's kind of like very colorful, They painted up. It's very interesting because in the section that you're in, that you're taking...
Yeah, they're trying to revitalize it into a new
public building. The one area that there is that you're doing the shoot, they actually painted the lockers and all that, and it looks very nice and has bright lights, but then you look around the corner, everything's dark. It looks like something out of Fallout 3, right? Dark, and the paint peeling, and doors broken and all that. So, it's pretty much, they worked the area that they needed for the shoot, and everything else has been abandoned. They're not doing that.
Yeah, they're doing it spot for you.
Yeah.
But bump into someone.
That's the last thing I'm saying. You see one of the local reporters for the Star Beat, right? And you kind of know these people. Maria Teresa comes in, and she's Hispanic, tall, long, flowing brown black hair, and she's wearing again, her top is one of these exaggerated shoulder pads, so business on top, right? But then she's wearing like a short skirt and high heels, and she almost does the sort of walk run thing in high heels, to kind of try to like tippy toes a little bit, and she presses a mic in front of you. It's like, how does it feel to be the new voice? And she turns around and is like, to be the new voice of Mom.
It feels great, Maria. I'm really just glad to be here, work community. There's a lot of great people here, and we should come around to one of those events that's happening this Friday. That's right. And I'm just going pure spokesperson.
Yeah, you go quickly spokesperson. Kate noticed that you see like these two troll security guys that are part of they're like marching over to Mary Teresa, and but this guy just like kind of waves them off, like, we don't want an incident, right? Because the one thing you don't want is an incident on camera, and there's a camera drone, right, filming it, and so it's like, and she's, as you're talking, she's beaming like, no, she just chose the perfect person for this.
Yeah, and I'm just like going back through like what people told me like 20 minutes ago and just like reiterating that back. It's like, yeah, that's right. It's a really important policy around here,
Yeah,
really learn a lot.
And she just rapid fire questions, but this is just sort of very Entertainment Tonight stuff, right? Very much, very superficial.
I've probably even like talked to this reporter before.
Yeah, it's like, great. So for channel Matrix Channel 5, this is Maria Teresa signing off. Bye. And she
camera
and
cuts.
She just,
we both just droop.
and she just turns around, smiles at you, and goes to the drone and starts chatting to the drone, right? And the drone kind of does like a beeping sound, almost like it agrees, or it's having this conversation. It's almost like an R2D2 Luke Skywalker conversation kind of thing going down as they're walking away to their news van that they have. And she just takes off in the news van and just goes.
You're moving up in the world then.
That was interesting. Oh, it's pretty... But hey, I mean, I can do news things. That's not too weird. Actually, can I do judge intentions in case something weird happened? I feel a little off about something here, and I don't know why.
Go ahead.
4 successes.
Yeah. This looks like she broke into set, but she was a lot. In other words, it's like, the trolls showing up to do security bids, the camera, the timing, because the timing of it. You were just coming out and talk to everybody, and she was there. Kat was there, but she was off camera. She never turned to the big star right there. That should be the draw of the situation. She went directly for you.
Right. Kat's setting this up, isn't she?
Pretty much.
A tiny, tiny bit. And her reaction to this, I assume, is probably positive. She actually...
she's beaming. She's like, she actually said, you're good. You're very good at this.
Now, the only thing left in my intentions here to kind of try to figure out is she trying to pawn this off? Or is she truly genuine about it? That's what I want.
You may have to draw.
You know what? I'll go ahead and roll again. We got time. I'm spending plenty of time with it. See if I figure it out over the course of it. Dang, I am on fire.
You are, wow.
It's kind of hard because this is showbiz, right?
Of course.
And so you sense that she's being genuine, but it could be the genuine of, yeah, you're doing the good job, keep doing the job that I want you to do, or it could be genuine of, she really believes it's the best way to do, right?
Right.
The problem is with intention is that all these things could be true, and other things could be true as well, right? She seems genuine. She's effusive. One thing that you never pick her up, like the kind of fake out that you see when the cameras go down, everybody goes like, oh, okay, that's a job. You never get that from her as long as you've seen it. Either she's a trooper and she's performing for you 24/7, or she's a real believer. It could be though.
Right.
I mean, you don't know what happens when she turns the corner and he goes home or something. So,
Yeah. I think maybe at least at this point, the distinction doesn't matter too much to discover until it's revealed. So I think, at least for now, that's fine. So I'm done mentally interrogating her, and I'm switching gears to, I wonder if anyone knows
Darius.
Darius.
I think they know a Derek.
It only gets funnier every time.
They could know a Derek too, but yeah. Yeah, I know a Derek. It's my cousin. He's right there. Yo, D.
Yo, D.
Alright, so yeah. So I will kind of more pointedly kind of ask, like, oh, I had a friend, he's been around here. Have you seen him lately? I heard he was into this kind of stuff.
You ask around, it takes you a while, and somebody's like, guy with the hoodie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was him around. I thought like a couple of weeks ago, he got a couple of new yen for carrying boxes and stuff like that. Kept to himself mostly, kind of quiet. Just volunteer. We sometimes get volunteers like that, right? But I don't know, maybe he got the wrong vibe because he looks at you and it's like, you're talking to a troll, right? It's just one of the cameraman's like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't want to discriminate, man, but some people have good intentions, but when they go into a place like this, they kind of feel out of place. And I'm gonna be honest, man, sometimes we don't take the time to really, And he sits down and he says, listen, man, it's kind of hard to just take any guy from the street. These people have good hearts, but sometimes you gotta show them how to behave and the mouth and say something. And I think some guy noticed that he had an elf ear or something. I'm not really sure. So I don't
they
know.
didn't say anything wrong, I hope.
Oh no, he was pretty quiet. I mean, he was like, what you want me to do? And he just do it, right? And hard worker while he was here, right? But that was it. Right? We do get volunteers from all over the place, right? We don't turn down help, but the boss, she wants to be like and he usually drops the trug, words like she wants to be a full-on trug, productive, right? And he says that the T word it's a T word, right? You're not supposed to say that outside of people like this, right?
It's okay. Everyone over the business says that when the cameras are off, dude.
Yeah, so.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's the T word. And yes, I do have the 500 pound thing. Oh, just in case. So yeah, he just drops the truck thing, and so some people, they want to help us, but then they see us and they're outnumbered and they feel uncomfortable and. It's like, but no, this kid was smart. He kept his mouth shut and just did a good work. So, I hope everything's okay with him. What you heard something? I mean, hope nothing happened to him.
I mean, maybe I haven't heard anything, but like, it seems kind of weird. He hasn't been anywhere for like a week, as far as anyone else has gone. So, well, I'm sure he'll turn up eventually, right? He didn't say he was going anywhere or anything, did he?
I mean, volunteers are volunteers. Volunteers are volunteers. They come in whenever they actually point you that there's, when you coming in, and this is very common, almost all shoots, all these things, they have a small table where you pick up your scripts, where you sign in, and you get assignments. That's we call an assignment table. That's what it is. Yep. And so, you might want to check there. You might check if he's signed on the assignment table.
Huh. Maybe he's shown up. Thanks.
Yeah.
So okay. Go ahead. I'll take a peek.
And basically, he turns around, being a troll. He just literally picks up this, TV camera, old 80s TV camera, like, all right, okay, let's go. He makes sure it's disconnected. Yeah, hold it out. Yeah.
There you go.
And basically, it's a series of folders, and inside there's papers, and these papers they're just lists, right? And there's a list
someone actually printed this out.
Yeah, there's lists for actors. There's this, it just when people come in, they get their assignments and they sign their names and stuff like that. And there's a volunteer list. They don't have a lot of people. There's like 2 or 3 people. Apparently, this is more. They wanted to keep it as professional as possible, but you don't see his name.
Yeah.
So if he had come in today, his name would have. And you can see that essentially people come in, they sign their names. Yeah, I'm doing camera. I'm doing this, so that everybody knows where everybody's checked in. Like, oh, where's so and so? It's like check the list. Everybody gets their assignment.
Right. So he hasn't shown up today. That does answer at least one question. And we're kind of narrowing down on places he could possibly be.
Is this where we will let Paeja to do his thing?
Yeah. Unless you guys do anything else.
Seems like a good time to get our boy in on the action. He's been waiting so quietly.
So, when you hitting the club, a day, at night? What are you doing?
I mean, what kind of club is this?
Nightclub, dance club.
Yeah, but can you describe it?
2 stories. Second story is a VIP area. It's mostly a dance club, right? It's for the young crowd. Under 30. There's a long line. Tonight is ladies' night, so free drinks. So there is a short line for women and a very long line for gentlemen. And because this is heavily gendered, and it's that kind of club. And so, yeah. And it might be a place where celebrities can come in, every so often. Say it's I would put it at not a platinum tier, but like upper silver to gold tier. It wouldn't be out of place where. Okay, let me put it this way. It's mostly when we talk about celebrities today, it will be a kind of club that TikTokers go to, right? And that kind of celebrity. But once in a while, a younger Hollywood celebrity might drop by and go like, "Hey, I got a picture with Andrew Garfield," or I don't know, who was the kid? He was not a kid anymore. He was like mid-20s. Oh, the Spider-Man movies.
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. I'm talking about actually being in the 20s, not in the 40s.
Well, I mean now, but back then.
Yeah. So Tom Holland, right? Might drop in a while, right? That kind of thing. But it's the kind of, for your status, it's the kind of club that when you're doing a club, you're doing a pub crawl, basically. Club, hopping from club to club. You might start there and then go there. It's well known, but it's not top tier. It's not a platinum club, at least not yet.
Am I going there as myself?
You probably go as in yourself. I mean,
was
they would probably let you in.
The idea? I mean, I don't know. Was that the idea that I went there till now?
Well, you're just supposed to look for information, so you don't have to be anything out of the ordinary. If you just go as yourself, you'd probably get people talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
Think now. So I probably just got off work recently.
Yeah.
Are there any middle tier stars working on Fame of Today?
Yeah. On the TV side, yeah. Tons.
I could convince them to go with me.
Okay. Who are you picking?
Who am I picking? Because that's why I was asking you. Are there any medium tier stars?
Yeah.
I didn't invent the cast of every movie. I didn't go that deep.
No. I just give me a description of who you want to go with, so I can have an idea who's going to be with you. Because I don't have a cast off the top of my head of movie stars to go there. But yeah, if you talk about B-listers, yeah. Again, this is a club that B-listers, C to B-listers would be there. That actually would be the act.
Yeah, I get it. Asian men tend to look young for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So, even though I'm 60, I've got that appeal that people might still think I'm in my 30s and 40s.
That youthful glow.
Yeah, I was just trying to think, you know how, like, every generation has its Rat Pack? That sort of, like...
Yeah, I know.
I know what you mean. If there's, like, a posse I could form out of the entourage of movies I've made. Unfortunately, the thing is that I've made movies across the globe, so it's kind of hard to do with anybody that would be in the local LA region.
Who's in LA this Tuesday?
Yeah.
So yeah, that sort of thing. Like, I don't know, me and 2-3 other people.
I'm talking about, okay, if you're going Brat Pack, are you going with the Brat Pack, the dating side of the Brat Pack, or
so you're saying Brat Pack, I was saying Rat Pack.
Oh, Rat Pack is older.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah,
I guess that's point of view. I never even heard of the Brat Pack.
The 1980s, 1990s, there were a couple of Brat Packs.
Oh, was that like Breakfast Club, that kind of group?
Yeah, that was.
What's his
Pack,
name?
yeah.
I can't remember his name all of a sudden.
Emilio Estevez.
Yeah, Emilio Estevez group.
So
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Which, got their name based on the Rat Pack. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was the first Rat Pack, but then the name got shifted to different actors.
Well, see, unfortunately, the only one I could remember off the top of my head that was more recent was the Pussy Posse, which was Leonardo DiCaprio and his gang of people of that age. So it's like, I don't want to go with that one. That's not the one I want to be known.
Yeah, I know.
Rat Pack wasn't actually any better, but...
No, you could just go with the Frat Pack, which is all those comedians from the mid-2000s.
Sure, I'll be Chris Farley. I am going to die. Never mind, I'm not going to make...
No, Chris Farley wasn't in it. It's like Owen Wilson, Steve Carell, and all that.
Oh, who am I thinking?
SNL?
Maybe.
I don't know if they had a name for their group.
Yeah.
Ben Stiller.
I mean, I'm not talking about the cast. It was that whole group of actors. They went on to do movies together and everything else. They were just generally always around one another.
Yeah, but that's because they were SNL.
Well, SNL alumni, but I mean, they're not. They weren't all on SNL at the same time.
No. Anyway, let's go. I think this would be more of a Rat Pack because it's a younger club. You could be the older person, but you're famous enough that people are like, it doesn't matter. You're famous.
Weird.
Yeah, you're famous. It doesn't matter, right? If Denzel Washington showed up in this club, we were like, yeah, Denzel Washington's like 60 years old.
You see, no, I think the example that would play here would be Morgan Freeman because he actually owns a club and does. But
yeah, or Harrison Ford or whatever. It's like you're famous. It doesn't matter, right? Well,
I just don't want this to look like Mel Gibson.
Yeah, well, unless you're shouting anti-Semitic things out in front of the club, I don't think I'm gonna have a problem.
Well, I know I was leaning more towards drinking problems, videos you record, drunk on the floor.
Yeah. Was that him or the guy who was in Baywatch?
I know Hasselhoff did that.
Hasselhoff, did that, yeah.
I remember that.
Was he the one that was recorded a video of drunk shouting at a hamburger or something?
Yeah, that was the hamburger.
That's
one.
what I'm thinking.
That was a Hoff. Yeah, that's a Hoff. Anyway,
my hamburger.
You go in it. Anyway, you pick up a couple of people, and you go in. I mean, the moment you step out of the limo, they're like, "Oh, you're a star." People are flashing their cameras, etc. Because comlinks have cameras too. So they're holding these boxes, basically very boxy things, like and you go in and there's a lot of flashes, and you go in and they just point you directly at the VIP, right? And they say that their first bottle of champagne will be on the house, and probably the second and the third too, if you ask Jen. So let's move you to the VIP room is rather empty. You would think that it'll be jam packed, but it never really is. So let's put you in the night.
Get some techno rock going on right now.
Yeah, wow.
Liquid metal.
Packed.
Not the VIP. This is the VIP. Not the club downstairs is packed. Actually, no. At this time of night, the club is not packed. There's half a dozen or so young women downstairs, because the whole trick about having the club look like it's packed is the long line outside.
Right.
That's the illusion, right? That's the illusion.
Also, with liquid metal, 9 VH thing.
Among other things, yeah. Oh, you don't have
that was liquid video.
Yeah. So there's a couple of corporate people talking here. There's this waitress shuttling around. Some other people you don't. Actually, this guy. You actually worked in the last project with him. Aneka. And he is from Japan. And apparently he is trying to put the moves on this young lady right here. And over here, you notice DJ Q, who seems to be sitting alone watching something on a big screen over here. Big CRT.
His daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the one that's looking for her brother, so...
Yeah.
So I'm in the club trying to get information for the person she's looking for who's already here.
Remember, you were told that she works this club as a DJ. So
No, I understand. I'm just saying that what information would I get that she couldn't get in the place that she's already at?
Yeah, I know what you mean. She's not really the lead we're here for.
No, I get that. I'm just saying that if she's looking for the person and she's here all the time, it seems like she would have gotten this place dry of any information already.
I mean, if she knew, well, I'll leave it up to you. What are you gonna do? I'm not gonna tell you the whole. I'm not gonna. It's like, oh, look at all the plot points. If you know this, this, and this.
Again, I don't know many of these problems I'm facing, so I'm trying to smooth hand my way into just.
So, all right. So let me try and give you an aid here. She hasn't seen him in a month, but people have said that he came here last week. So she either is lying, or someone else here may have seen him and never forgot to.
Wait, rewind a second. Who said they saw him last?
People at the apartment.
Said that he was going here last week. We don't know if he actually came here.
Right, he could have been lying there, but if people here who are regular here and aren't his sister say, well, he wasn't around here last week, then we can confirm he didn't.
Who was her brother?
Darius.
Darius.
No, I know the name. I mean, who is he? Like, who, you know that, who are you? Who is he?
What
Weird
is his
poser who jumps from group to group.
First two words you said were?
A
Elf
weird poser.
Weird
Elf poser.
So he's a nobody.
Basically.
Mm-hmm. His father is famous. His sister is famous. He's the non-famous member of the
Yeah. Stephen Baldwin. Well, no, actually, they have something.
I was gonna say, Stephen Baldwin's a little bit more famous than, like, Adam Baldwin.
I don't know, though. I think they must have a family member we don't know. Because we know these people, so they must be famous in some sense.
Well, Adam Baldwin's actually not related to that family, now that I think about it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Right, he's more of an Ireland.
Well, no, it's like, alright, what movies has Billy Baldwin been in that you recognize?
Again, you named him, so you must know who he is.
Well, I'm looking it up on, like, Wikipedia right now.
Anywho, I think we better set up here because we do have a dateline for 9:30. So, give me the setup if you can figure out the setup. If you don't have an idea what to do right now, that's fine. You can think about it till next week. That's okay. But if you do have a setup, let's set that up. So before we finish for today.
I think we can do it next.
Okay, perfect, no problem. So we are going to do our shout-outs, starting very quickly with Paya, who hope you don't have any, you're just the last person who talks, so go ahead.
Not having what? I don't know if that was leading into.
Yeah. No, never mind. I thought you were having a headache or something.
No. I just had something in my eye like all night.
Oh, that sucks. That's almost as.
Are you alright, man?
Oh.
No, I'm fine. Like, literally, just not even a hard annoyance. Constant, like, tiny little thing in the corner of the eye.
Yeah.
How that is.
Yeah, no, I'm still Paya. I still don't know how to handle it. The same question I got asked at the beginning. It's still confusing at the end.
Okay, next up we have That Bastard.
I'm Marco, that bastard, and I'm here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And someone's bankrolling the bubblegum. Who is it?
That is a good question.
Next
there's
up,
like
we
two
have...
party members that have money.
Yeah. Somebody got to be bankrolling that all that bubblegum. Next up we have Whisper.
I swear you said, like, Brisbane or something like that.
Sorry.
No, I am, well, my name's Rob. Well, first off, I'm playing Whisper. Getting back into the groove of things and trying to track down leads. Mm-hmm. Although, FYI, I'm not going to be here next week either, just so you know, ahead of time.
Okay.
Because we're celebrating Palm Sunday, of all things.
Mm.
Yeah, we don't celebrate Easter, we celebrate Palm Sunday.
Yeah.
Memories.
Yeah, Catholic family, I know. Next up we have Blank.
Hey everybody, I'm Blank. I'm playing the Technomancer. I hacked the Hubba Bubba Bubblegum Factory, and I put That Bastard on the sponsorship list, so he gets shipping every month. Also, hey, I'm here with Theta, and we do this stream. Come see us Sundays and Wednesdays. We have a variety of different games happening. Also, come see our podcast every other Friday. Also, watch all of our stuff on YouTube. Like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah.
And last but certainly not least, we have Trash Boat.
Hey there, I'm Shy. I play Trash Boat, and he's here to chew ass and kick bubblegum. And that's it. I don't have anything.
And I am your GM or Lessons Learned. I'm here on every Sunday doing Mirror of Souls. I am also on my own channel with Twitch, Lessons Learned 1, where I'm still playing Dragon Age Inquisition, and some of my other gaming-based stuff over at Lessons Learned over at YouTube. So thank you, everybody, for coming, and we'll see you. Bye-bye, everybody.
See ya.